Thanks for joining me again here at Slowpoke Racing. My name's Mark and we are with the Ultimate Racing League for the Wednesday evening Porsche Cup. And as you can see, we are in Mount Panorama in Australia. The sun's come out, everybody slapped on the sunscreen, and we are ready to go racing in the daylight. We saw the earlier race in the early morning. Brian had a fantastic race there and took the win, so Brian starts on pole position for race 2. Ginger, another good race from him, in second. Hodgie is third after that battle with Stealth, who finds himself in 4th. Firepower in 5th, great race from Firepower in the first race. Shaggy, another one who did well, started 12th, has found himself in 6th, so well done to Shaggy. Slowpoke in 7th, Declan 8th, Kian 9th, Graham 10th, the Big Mac 11th, and Nate down in 12th. So, without further nonsense from me, let's get this race 2 underway. We shall wait for the lights to go out. Oof, that was a long pause, that was, but we are away. Ginger got a fantastic start. Brian a little bit slow off the line. Hodgie, another one who got a great start. A little bit of a bumper kiss there, but nothing too drastic. But Brian gets himself into second now, just behind Ginger. Stealth, another fantastic get off the line from Stealth, finds himself in 3rd. Hodgie 4th, Firepower 5th, Shaggy 6th, as we head towards Griffin's Bend as Shaggy goes wide, Kian goes wide. That seems to have slowed everybody down. Let's just go back and have a look at this. So Shaggy caught in 6th. You can see we've got Declan and Kian just behind. As I say, these cars really are twitchy under braking, and even worse when you're in a slipstream. Oh, it was Firepower. Firepower went off. Now what happened to him? Now it was Firepower that seemed to get the ball rolling on this one. He just got himself on the grass. He did. He found himself on the grass. Shaggy had gone off. I think Declan had a bit of a skid as well. But we are still racing, so I don't think a safety car has been called as Ginger tries to scamper away from Brian. Brian's not going to let him get away though. Or is it a safety car? I think it might be, I don't know. Yeah, it's a safety car, another safety car. We seem to be racking them up in these races, which proves just how difficult these cars are to handle. So we are just waiting now for the Big Mac. Ooh, you don't want to go in there. Big Mac's, now is not the time for building sandcastles. So we're just going to wait for the Big Mac to catch up to the rest of the pack before Ginger gives the go. So again, the tyres, so Ginger is on the softs, Brian on the mediums this time round, Stealth on the mediums, Hodgie on the softs, so looking for Hodgie to go through the pack. Shaggy also on the softs, Firepower on softs, Declan on the mediums, Nathan on mediums, Graham softs, Kian mediums, Slowpoke softs, and the Big Mac mediums. So again, another big mixed bag of tyres. So we will probably wait now until we get on to the either the start finish straight or onto the mountain straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip forward a few seconds. So I think it may well be everybody's caught up. Now once we are on the mountain straight, as Ginger leads us through, He's going to give the go. So everybody round the corner in a straight line. Now foot down. I think we are now off and running. Brian getting right up the back end of Ginger's car. Brian of course on the medium tyres, so Ginger will have a slight advantage for the first few laps anyway. Although he won't if he keeps kissing the barrier. You see the lag there. Ginger's car lurching from side to side. Well, I hope it's lag and it's not his driving style. I suppose that's one way of defending. Hodges got himself up into third after the restart. Stealth down in fourth. Shaggy in fifth. Shaggy making a move on Stealth as they go across the top towards the S's, down into the dipper, and Shaggy gets it done. So Stealth now drops to fifth. As we approach Forest Elbow, Declan just sitting behind Stealth. He'll be looking to get a lot closer and get a good run. Firepower in seventh, he dropped to seventh, but he is on the soft tyres, so he should have the advantage. Then we've got Graham in 8th, Kian in 9th, Slowpoke in 10th, Nath 11th, and the Big Mac in 12th. So back up to our current lead. Oh, it's just as Ginger goes across the gas. Now Hodgie seems to have took advantage of that. Let me just see what happened. Let's try a different view. You can see Ginger's out in front. We've got Brian chasing it down. Hodgie, he's putting Brian under a bit of pressure. Oh, now then, was there a slight touch? I don't think there was anything done on purpose there, but I think Brian is slowing down. Yeah, I don't think there was a great deal Brian could do about that, to be honest. It was on his racing line, but Hodgie takes advantage and goes flying through. It does look like Brian's slowing down, so he's going to let Ginger have the place back. I think Brian's took responsibility for that, and well done to him for it, as Stealth goes on the grass. Stealth now finds himself down in 9th. So it's all change at the top. Very fortunate for Hodgie there. The gap just opened up in front of him as Brian and Ginger had that little bit of a coming together. But Hodgie says thank you very much and steps through and takes that number 1 spot. Shaggy did the same and is now in second, and these two are going to try and open up a little bit of a gap now back to Declan. Declan leading the rest of the pack. He's got Ginger, Graham, Brian, Firepower, they're all there. As we go up through the cutting into Quarry Corner and Frog Hollow, up to the highest part of the track again, onto the parks. And then they start their descent as they come through McPhillamy Park, through the Skyline, the S's, and then onto the dipper, and down we go then. So Brian down in 6th, then he's just getting onto the back of this pack. So let's see who is going to get into the slipstream of who as they round Forest Elbow for the 3rd time onto Conrad Straight. And this really is the best opportunity for overtaking if you can get close enough. It doesn't look like everybody's going to get... No, they're not. They're not going to get close enough to make a move. Hard on the brakes before entering the chase. It's like a little chicane there, just designed to slow everybody down. Still going down round Murray's Corner and then across the start finish line to start lap 4. So Hodgie's still out in front. Has got himself a little bit of a gap there, back to Shaggy. Declan and Ginger's just starting to pull away from Brian, but Brian on the medium tyres, so he's going to have a bit of a job to catch them up, but I'm sure he's going to do his best. Graham having a better time of it in this race. He was on a good race in the first one until he had a bit of a moment up in the hills, which pushed him all the way down the order, but he seems to be doing a lot better in this race. I don't want to say too much because the commentators curse, but let's leave him alone for a minute. Firepower in 7th, enjoying this track. Ooh, that was a bit of a slide from somebody. It was Graham. Seemed to be sliding this way and that. Still going though. Kean in 8th. Stealth trying to chase him down in 9th. We've got Slowpoke in 10th. Oh, the Big Mac. I think he's hit most of the barriers up in the mountain section. Down in 11th, and then Nath unfortunately find himself way down in 12th. So really not enjoying this track at all. I don't like it either. If it's any consolation, Nath, probably not. So back up to our current leader, Hodgie. Now then, is that gap back to... Oh, it's Declan. So, Declan, well, we missed that one, and I do apologise. See if I can go back a little bit. So let's just go on board with Declan then. Oh, it's Shaggy's got himself a half-second penalty, so that's allowed Declan to get right on the back of him. He's got the momentum down Conrad Straight, and he's going to get the move done just before the little kink there. Ooh, that looked a bit twitchy then. But well done, Declan. He took full advantage of that penalty that Shaggy had and got himself up onto second position. Doing a little bit of defending as well. Ooh, Shaggy now then, run a little bit wide there. Let's get on board with Shaggy as Ginger moves up and gets closer. So Shaggy now in 3rd, coming under pressure from Ginger. We've got Brian in there as well. Brian right up the chuff of Ginger now. Brian looking up the inside into Griffin's Bend. He's got the inside, but Ginger's not letting him through. He shuts the door on him. That was good racing from these two, Brian. That's the slot in behind Ginger again. That's allowed Graham up there. Oh, I thought Graham was going to have a bit of a look at the inside then. He keeps trying to stick his nose in, doesn't he, Graham? Putting Brian under all sorts of pressure, trying to force a mistake from him. That's allowed Firepower to get onto the back of Graham as well, so this is a good 4-car battle between these guys. We'll just stay with them as we go through the dipper and down towards Forest Elbow. Oh, it's Graham and Firepower both catch the barriers, but opposite sides, keep the track positions, although that has allowed Brian to get away from Graham. Now they're also happening just up ahead. Ginger, Shaggy is making a move on Declan. Ginger trying to get in there as well. Could this be 3 wide? Hard on the brakes. And everybody through safely. That's that great racing from the guys there. Shaggy, second, no, Declan. These guys swapping backwards and forwards. Joel Ginger gets himself on the inside of Shaggy. Now as he took that 4th position, Declan goes through to 2nd. Ginger gets 3rd. Shaggy 4th. Brian's in there as well. as Ginger and Shaggy go round Hell's Corner side by side. Ginger just getting his nose in front. Now Shaggy and Brian are both getting the toe from Ginger. Up the mountain straight. Ginger's still in third. Oh, and he's gone wide into the turn and kissed the barrier. That's knocked him down to fifth. Both Shaggy and Brian took full advantage. Oh, and Shaggy spun it. Oh, and it's all happening now. Let's have a look what's happened to Shaggy, and then everybody just piled in behind him. He did a fantastic job to get himself up into third. Brian came through as well, and then Shaggy just lost it into the turn, and then Brian's hit him, Ginger's hit him. Well, that was so unlucky for Shaggy. Firepower's gone through, Stealth has gone through, Graham's gone through. In the meantime, Hodgie is getting further and further and further away, and under no pressure whatsoever. Declan has been allowed to open up a little bit of a gap as well. So Brian now finds himself on the podium, fighting Ginger. Graham in fourth and Firepower in, Graham in fifth, Firepower sixth. And Stealth, you just seen come around the corner in seventh. So Graham looking to make a move on Ginger. He's getting into the draft. Is he going to have a look? No, he's not. No, he's not. So Graham just stays behind Ginger. We have about a minute and 15 seconds left. Firepower making his move on Ginger. Firepower gets himself on the inside. Couldn't quite pull it off there, although he's still side by side with Ginger. He has got it done now then. So Firepower got a much better exit from Murray's, and has still got the inside as we enter Hell's Corner, and he gets it done. So that's fantastic move from Firepower through the last and first turn. Ginger now down in sixth. He's got Stealth all over the back of him. Let's just go up and have a quick look at the leaders. So Hodgie is out in front on his own. Declan under no pressure. Then we've got Brian and Graham in third and fourth. So the battle is definitely down here. So Firepower now having to defend against Ginger. Ginger trying to go the long way round. Stealth has a bit of a cheeky look up the inside of Ginger. Shaggy getting closer and closer as well. So Firepower still out in fifth. It looks like every single one of the cars on the track has got battle scars from this race. So let me just go up to Hodgie. We've still got a bit of racing to go, so I'm just going to drop back down to these guys again. So gaps of a couple of car lengths starting to open up now. So Graham in fourth, Firepower fifth, Ginger sixth. Can Ginger get close enough to Firepower to make a move? Stealth isn't going to be close enough to catch these guys. Let me just go, oh, wrong way. I'm just going to stick with them as Firepower is fighting Ginger off, although Ginger's on the inside and gets it done. I'll come back to these. Let's just watch Hodgie as he crosses the line to take the win in race 2 here in Australia. Well done, Hodgie, thoroughly deserved. Declan in second, good race for me, and Brian is going to take third, with Graham in fourth. Good race from Graham. Ginger got fifth, Firepower sixth, Stealth seventh, Shaggy eighth, Slowpoke 9, Kian is going to come home in 10th. He's going to have the Big Mac following him in 11th, and then unfortunately Nath still up in the hills in 12th. So that was race 2 here at Bathurst, Mount Panorama in Australia. We've got one more race for you to come, and we're going to have to wait until sunset for that one. The guys are going to go off and have a cup of tea and some lunch. The mechanics are going to work on the cars. There's a lot of work to be done to get some of these cars looking normal again, and then we will be back, as I say, for a race in sunset as Nath decides he's going to give the mechanics just a little bit extra to do as well. Get all the grass out those mud flaps. So yeah, join me again shortly for race 3 here with the Ultimate Racing League.